Hey guys, welcome to this week's Thursday Thunder. But first of all, you're going, hang on a minute, who's this guy? He might have a fresh new haircut, but hang on a minute, we haven't seen him for a month. Where's he been? Who are we looking at? Guys, I'm sorry. I know I said at the start of the year, I'm going to commit to making sure we get a Friday wrap done each week. I missed a few at the end of last year. We're not going to make that happen. And I've gone and missed 3 or 4 in a row. But I've got a good excuse. I was away for state nipper titles on one end of the week, one Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, back on the Monday. I went to Japan last week. I went skiing with my kids. It was amazing. I left on Friday the 3rd. I got back only this Monday, so I missed a couple more Fridays. So I've got good excuses, but it's not really good enough. But what happened was life just got in the way and I didn't get the Friday wraps done. So I'm sorry. I'm back now. We're back on track and I'm going to use it for this topic. What happens when life gets in the way? Let's have a look. Time waits for no one. I used to say time is your best friend. And if you've got a lot of time ahead of you, as long as you're using it, it is your best friend. But now I actually say time's your biggest enemy. Time's just ticking away. Time is undefeated. It waits for no one, okay? So I am going to use in this week's Thursday Thunder an example about time and what happens if you don't use it, okay? Let's have a look at what it is I'm talking about. As per usual, the general advice warning, please don't run away and make a change to your situation based on something you hear me say. You've got to give me a call. We've got to talk about you and your particular circumstances. All right. Why do I always stress the importance of starting today? Okay, we need to take full advantage of time. Let's have a look at an example because as I've just shown you, it's pretty easy for life to get in the way. It's pretty easy for you to miss a month or 2 months or whatever it is. Let's have a look at the impact of that if it comes to investing some money. Investing $500 a month for 30 years, earning 8% per annum net return. We're not worried about tax. We're not worried about inflation. We're just using an 8% return. Let's have a look. If we were to invest $500 a month, 30 years, 8%, we end up with $679,699. Happy days. All right, let's have a look. What happens if we delay the start? Okay, life gets in the way. If we were to delay that start by 1 month only, we would be down by $4,325 at the end, plus our $500. Okay, so nearly $5,000. So a delay of 1 month, $500 cost us $4,325 in earnings. What if we were down by 6 months? Okay, nearly $30,000. 6 fives are $3,000. So our $3,000 plus $25,490. So waiting 6 months is going to cost us over $25,000 at the end. 1 year. Okay, waiting 1 year is going to cost us our $6,000 plus nearly $50,000. Okay, that $50,000 might mean you can retire a year earlier. That $6,000, that $500 a month for 1 year may mean we can retire a year earlier at the end. It's pretty important. What about then 5 years? Okay, if we were to wait 5 years, we end up with $240,000 less. Our $30,000 that we put in plus $211. That $240,000, I've done the numbers, is over 30% of the total. Okay, so we are 1/6 through 5 years, through 30 years. We're 1/6 through, but that reduction is a third. Okay, numbers are powerful. What about if we waited 10 years? Okay, we are down by $345,000 plus our $405,000. This $345 is half of the total. It's more than half the total. So if we delay our start by 1/3, we miss out by well more than half. Excuse me. So it's super important that we don't let life get in the way. I'm a classic example, happens to everybody, that we get started now, start early and often. Okay, that's what it's about. As you can see there, had we have started all the way, we ended up with 680. If we waited a year, we don't get that final year. We're 623. If we waited 5 years, we don't get the last 5 years. If we waited 10 years, we don't get the last 10 years. Okay, that's where our money ends up. You can see up here, this is where it gets exciting. Down here is super boring. Okay, but we've got to go through the boring. You've always got to go through the boring. All right, that's me for this week. That's why it's so important to take advantage of time. I keep harping on about it. I think it's the most important thing. All right, $100 question. I've missed out a few weeks. Let's make it $250, okay? Let's make it a $250 question this week. I'm going to make myself the full screen here. I was in Japan last week, okay? Took over some yen, took over some cash. They spend a lot of cash over there, or they use a lot of cash, okay? There's some places where it's cash only. So I had some cash on me. I've got some cash left. 10,000 Japanese yen. All right, tell me how much that is in Australian dollars. Somebody who replies is going to win $250. It's not $250, it's less than that. But tell me how much in Australian dollars is 10,000 yen, give or take, okay? I'm not looking for it right this very second, but today or tomorrow, whatever the amount is. All right, guys, Friday wrap. I'm back with the Thursday Thunder. Hope you're well. Look forward to chatting again next week. Bye-bye.